Ah, you're good.
69, 78, and 96.
All right, let's hope that stays.
84 and 90.
84 is easy.
Hey. All right, let me
3 threes and then 3 X's.
do it again now.
42 and 48.
On which one?
42 and 48.
In
5, 6.
5 cents.
Number 9, 33 threes and 3 X's.
Oh, number 90?
No,
Have you bought?
84.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
42.
3 times 3 times 3. Yeah. And X times 6 times 7. And then just break it down into pieces.
Let me do an example like that. This is page 427. I think 426. Yeah.
42?
No, I'm sorry. 33 and 48. I'm sorry.
Chapter 5, 6.
4a squared minus 1/4.
33. Okay. Yeah. 33. Oh, the only big deal on that one is there's a fraction in there.
Difference of squares, right?
Okay, it's a difference of squares. Why? Because you could break this in half.
2 and 2, yeah.
You have 2a and 2a, right?
And you do half and half,
And
right?
what's 1/4?
Half.
1/2 times 1/2 is
Plus or
what?
minus?
Minus plus. Right.
Minus plus or plus minus, it doesn't matter. Just because I put the 4 on the bottom doesn't mean that it isn't 2 times 2 still. It's still 2 times 2, but they're going to be on the bottom. So what's 1/9? It's 1/3 times 1/3.
Yeah.
Because 9 is 2 times 3. So fractions really don't bother me here. So what the 4's on the bottom is still 2 and 2. It's just 1/2 and 1/2 now. They're on the bottom. So don't let fractions be that big of a deal. They really aren't, especially here.
Would there ever be a case where you'd have to get a fraction to turn into a whole number? If you're multiplying?
Like, is there any point in time where you're doing this, like you're trying to break it up and you need the fraction to be a whole number? Instead, like you're going to multiply it by 4 so that it's 16.
If you're if you try to solve something, sure you could do that.
But not
Right.
for this.
I mean, if I had a squared minus 1/4 equals 0, I can multiply both sides by 4 if I wanted to, couldn't I?
Yeah, you cancel 4.
But that's because it's an equation.
Okay.
I still see every now and again somebody, there's a problem like 1/7 plus 2/7, and somebody says, oh, let me multiply by 7. You've totally changed the problem. It's not the same problem anymore.
It's 3
3/7, yeah.
That's what I
It's
was
not, you can't say, oh, let me do that. Now 1/7 times 2/7 plus 2/7 is 3. That's neat. Right? That's wishful thinking. Right? I got $0.25 plus $0.25. So let me multiply by 4. Now I got $2. Now that is the kind of magic I want to know. Right? So you can't. So the only time I can multiply by anything is if I have another side to balance me. Like a top and a bottom. I can multiply top and bottom of a fraction because there's those sides that balance, or different sides of an equation because they would balance.
Okay.
I can't multiply a freestanding thing by something. I changed the number then. Right?
I was just curious.
Okay.
Number 69.
What was the other? What was the other?
48.
48.
Oh, 48 is the same thing. Right? Wouldn't 48 be the same thing?
Yes, that's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
So 25 would be 5 and 5. So 1/25 is
1/5.
1/5 and 1/5.
Minus y over 8.
Minus 2y squared.
Y over 8.
Squared over 8.
No, y squared.
Y squared.
Yeah.
Right? Because you got 4 of them. You got to cut them in half.
Y squared over 8. Okay.
Over, yeah, 64 is 8 times 8.
That's what's it.
So again,
Okay.
fractions are no big deal. It's just the bottom. The numbers are the bottom now.
Too.
So when you break it up, the number's going to be still on the bottom.
48 by
Cool.
2.
All right.
About 4.
I love this class. I'm always yelling at you. Everybody's always, especially you guys.
If you have a fraction that does not have a number that can be halved. If you have a fraction that doesn't, that the bottom number can't be halved.
Number 78.
Wait, there's a. Oh, okay, 78.
Someone asked for 69 also.
Oh, 69. Okay.
don't like this one.
Uh,
I just put WTF on
Exactly.
that's not the right answer here.
Well, no, he would
Don't
appreciate.
answer my questions with a question. Now, this is not that big of a deal at all. Something should jump out at you about this. Very, very, very obvious thing here.
there. Take it X minus 6.
X
Alright,
minus
good.
6 out.
And now it's not that big of a deal still, because this is factorable and that's relatively easy,
No?
right? What two numbers multiply by 16 and add to be 8?
4 and
4
4.
and 4. Right, not a big deal.
Okay.
X plus 4,
X plus 4, X plus 4, by square.
Exactly, or you can write it as x minus 6, x plus 4.
X plus
Square.
How do you x squared plus 8 plus 16?
If I take an x minus 6 out,
Okay,
that's
Yeah.
what I'm left with,
I
yeah.
guess that's what messed me up.
okay.
Cool.
69.
You made that way too easy.
Oh yeah, 69. Now this should definitely start off easy. And I'm saying that and I'm meaning it. Sometimes I'll say it's easy and I'll go, I don't really mean it. No, this should be easy.
It's grouping.
The
yeah.
first step. Definitely grouping. It's 4 terms. You know it's gotta be grouping.
First, let's take out,
4x squared out.
4 of
okay,
square.
yeah,
What they said.
plus,
X plus 3.
Plus x plus 3 minus 9 and
Same thing.
X plus
parentheses x plus 3.
Minus 9.
what are we gonna do?
We're trampling
X
through
plus
shit.
3.
Alright, cool.
Now you
Right, everybody good with that?
You can go.
That should be,
Yeah.
and again, these are both negative. I wanted to end up positive. I gotta take a negative out. And very obviously 9 comes out of both.
You can go farther than that. You can go x
Good.
plus 3 and
Oh,
4x
you
squared
can?
minus
Oh.
9.
X plus 3 comes out.
Yeah, then you can go 4x squared minus 9.
And of course you can go farther than that.
Yeah.
X plus
Now,
3
so,
and
what
2.
the bigger issue to get here is once you do something, you're not necessarily done. Now this normally we'd say, well, I'm done. But when we know now we're not. What
2x.
piece of this can I still do?
You can do 2x.
This guy is in different squares. So you gotta look through where you are now and say, is anything else able to go further? Yeah, so this x plus 3 is still here, because he's done.
2x minus 3.
And then 2x plus 3.
2x minus 3, 2x plus 3.
So what? If you stop before that, it's like.
If you stop here, it's sort of like me saying factor 18 fully. Factor 18 all the way, and you say, okay, it's 2 times 9. And of course, that's not true. That's
6
not
times
factored
3.
fully yet, is it? Because 9 is 3 times 3. So what's 18 factored all the way? 2 times 3 times 3. Or 2 times 3 squared. So you do the same thing with numbers. You do one thing and you say, okay, is either, oh yeah, that can go further. So here, I did one thing, oh, that can go further. Same thing. Why is it the same thing? Because this is a number. It's going to act just like any number would, right?
But if it is a plus 9, we cannot do it.
Exactly. If it's a plus 9, sum of squares, I can't do it. Then I'll stop. But it's still the same idea. If I can go further, something I would do. If I can't, I stop.
So if that was a plus 9x, you get to 4x squared minus 9, and you say, I'm done.
If that was a plus 9,
You're done.
I can't factor sum of squares, I'd be done.
Okay.
I love it. Okay.
Number 90.
Question?
And real quick, I want to make this point. Did you have to know from the beginning that I was going to go an extra step? No. It's grouping. That's all it is right now. I do the grouping. Then I step back and say, oh, that's squares. And I attack that one. You don't have to know ahead of time that you're going to have to do that. Just do it as it comes up.
As it
Right? Do
comes.
one thing at a time.
As it comes.
Number 96.
Ew.
Oh, cool.
We don't like when you say that.
Talk about different reactions. The only reason this is ugly is because of fraction. We had a discussion earlier. That's not ugly. What's the first step on this? What kind of thing is this?
Cubic. It's cubic.
Cubes.
It's 2 terms. It can only be cubes or squares.
Little dude, big dude.
It's obviously cubes, right?
Yes.
So how can I break this up?
2x, 2x, 2x.
I love you guys.
Plus 1 half, 1 half, 1 half.
Yeah, 8 is 2, 2, 2. So what's 1/8? 1 half, 1 half, 1 half.
Yeah.
Don't look at me like that. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. It's not a big surprise that 1/8 is 1 half, 1 half, 1 half.
Yeah.
What's 1 half times 1 half? 1/4 times 1
1/4
half is 1/8.
half. Yeah.
Right.
A half. A half.
Half.
A half.
And then we
Because
go
8 is 2, 2, 2.
That makes sense.
And then we
8
go
is
to
2 over 1, 2 over 1, 2 over 1, if you really want to
And
get
we got
down.
little guy,
So
big guy,
that'd be 2x.
little dude, big dude.
Little dude, big dude.
2x
2x
plus a half.
plus
X
1
plus
half.
half.
Plus, yep, good.
Same sign.
Right,
1 half.
4x2
right,
4x squared, good.
yeah.
minus
At
x.
the end goes
Yeah.
1
plus
4
1/4,
Yes.
minus x.
Then that'd be 2x.
and the middle term is
times-
minus,
X.
opposite sign. What's 1/2 times 2x?
1,
X.
X.
X. Because the 1/2 and the 2 cancel, right? 1 of each, 2 of each, product of the little dude.
Now can you reduce further? I don't think so.
Yes, you can.
Well, actually, yeah, because 4 and 1/4 are squares.
2x
But is that 2 terms?
plus 1/2.
No, I'm sorry.
That's good.
What did I say about the big dude? Does anyone remember what I said about the big
Shouldn't
dude?
be factorable ever.
You can never factor it unless you left the GCF in there from the beginning, and we didn't.
Because the
This
first term
big
kills the
dude-
middle term.
This big dude is never, ever,
Factor.
ever gonna be factorable, right? Ever.
Oh, well, just X is never gonna be factored.
Yeah, this thing is never gonna be factorable, ever.
Because the little dude kills the middle
Because the
term.
little dude will always be exactly half of what I need to have this work. It's the way that a cubes has to be set up to work. So the mistake people make on cubes all the time, the mistake I always get, and I'm sure some of you guys are going to be holding off on your homework to turn it in. I always get somebody tell me that this is this.
No.
Not really.
No.
And this is going to have a ton of freaking terms, right? When I multiply these out and then multiply that by this, I'm going to get all this middle terms that I can't do. You can never factor a cubes into 3 pieces like this. Because the only way you can make all that extra crap cancel is by setting it up like this, and if you do it, that can never factor.
That is the reason. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So when we're doing these problems, if we just see it directly, you're not going to mark us incorrect because we just see it clearly, are you?
I would appreciate some work, because if you just give me an answer and there's a problem, I can't see why there might have been a problem.
Like if it's one of those, you want to see the 2s and the.
That would be a good idea.
Right.
If you can do it every time by just looking and setting it up, that's fine.
But if it's just like a plus and minus and.
But if you make a mistake and I don't see any work, you're going to lose more points, because I don't know what went wrong. I have to assume the worst.
You lose full credit or half credit for that particular problem.
Somewhere in there.
You kind of want to see it unfolded and folded back up again, kind of?
Huh?
You know, check your answer, go back the other way. And
No, you don't have to do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, that might take.
Anyone?
One more question. You're 45
90 actually.
on that same section? Oh yeah, so this is the one this is another one about, are you done yet? Are we there yet?
You have squares.
Anytime you have a higher power on your variable, I could break that in half, but then I break it in half again if I needed to, right? 'Cause if I have 4 things, I could 2 and then I can cut in half again.
4, 2, and 1. Yeah.
Because what do you get on the first step here? The first step should be relatively easy,
4
right?
a squared is
Good,
you
break
have
it
a
in
9.
half, minus plus,
9, right?
yeah, 9 and 9 to make 81.
Yeah.
Which one of those can you go
The
further
first
with?
one.
The first one.
Why can't you do the second one?
Because
Plus.
9 is not
Plus.
square.
Plus in there.
It's the sum of squares.
So it could be 2a minus,
So this one I can go further. This guy is done. He comes for the ride.
right,
Don't forget him.
right,
And then this guy breaks up.
2a minus 3,
And then
2a
2a
plus
plus
3.
3. Yeah.
Exactly. So overall, you see a times a squared. When I get 4 a's there, a to the 4th. So whenever you have a higher power on your variable, it might have multiple steps in it, right?
So you're saying with the negative, we need the negative sign, you could.
When you have a difference of squares, and again,